Hey everyone, welcome back to Body Bags. What I got for you today is a movie which from what I can tell, it doesn't seem like we've ever actually covered on Body Bags, which is a bit weird, but I am covering Hellraiser Inferno. I'll cover that since that's not what I'm talking about. This was the fifth Hellraiser movie, and it was the first of what I like to refer to as kind of the second-gen Hellraiser films. Essentially, up to this point, Hellraiser has always been pretty much about like the physical. It's been about the flesh. It's been about, you know, ripping people apart and everything. This is the first one that went into the idea of like, psychological torture and everything. Now, is that an effect of it not being originally a Hellraiser movie? Very possible. I'll get into that later. Basic plot of this movie is that there is a detective. Like he's like a kind of a shady dude, and he, what? I'm just gonna read the back. It'll make it a lot easier. A shady LA detective finds himself lost in a nightmarish world of evil when he solves the mysterious puzzle box that releases the diabolical demon Pinhead. As those around him begin to meet tragic fates, he sets out to conquer the horrifying Pinhead and escape eternal hell. So yeah, that's the plot. This is a movie that honestly, for a long time, I wasn't really a fan of. Um, but over the years, it's grown on me a bit. It's like a different take on Pinhead, which works. But at the same time, like I said, from my understanding, this wasn't originally a Hellraiser movie. This was going to be like a detective movie sort of thing. I get the feeling more along the lines of like something like 7 or 8 millimeter, and essentially Miramax or whatever were like, well, like we own the rights to Hellraiser. Why don't you make this Hellraiser movie? So that's what they did. At least that's my understanding of the situation. Um, does it feel like a Hellraiser movie? Not really. It feels like something else. But that being said, do I have an issue with it? No. This is one of the stronger entries in the series, to be honest. Um, does it veer away from what Hellraiser should be? In my opinion, yes. But it's still entertaining. The designs still work. My only gripe with it, really is, and this isn't really even a gripe. I mean, Pinhead's not in it a lot. But then again, he wasn't in the original a lot. So, you know, is it a gripe? I don't know. All in all, though, I thoroughly enjoy it. Has Craig Schaefer playing the main detective. I think it's Craig Schaefer, right? Yeah. He's the guy that was in Nightbreed. He played Boone in Nightbreed. So it's got this kind of like this kind of connection to the Clive Barker world and everything. They took it seriously, which is something I always appreciate. You know, when it comes to Pinhead as a character, I mean, it's a dude with pins in his head. You could easily transfer over into parody. And sometimes you kind of feel in some of the other sequels that that's actually what happens. But in this one, honestly, really solid acting. Well, it's Doug Bradley. What do you expect? You can't expect any bad acting from Doug Bradley. The effects are decent. Story's decent. All around, I ain't got no complaints. As a rating, it gets an 8 out of 10. It's one of the better ones, I will say. And if you've never had a chance to see Inferno, I definitely, I recommend it on the understanding that it's a different type of Hellraiser movie. And if you're cool with that, you'll probably enjoy it. If you're very much like I was for a long time, like this is supposed to be about like the gore, the torturing, the physical aspect of it. you might be a little disappointed. We still have those elements in it, but a lot of it is more like psychologically aimed at our protagonist than it is like actually being done to him. So, take that for what you will. So all in all, like I said, 8 out of 10, good flick. If you haven't seen it, give it a shot. That's it for me. See you next time.